The year is 2008. Saigon is a city of motorbikes and dreams, of humid afternoons and neon-lit nights. In a tiny alley off Nguyen Tri Street, there is a rented room no bigger than a prison cell. The walls are stained with years of rain. The ceiling fan wobbles dangerously. But to Min and Lan, it is a palace. Min is 22. His hands are always stained with charcoal and ink because he draws constantly, blueprints for buildings that don't exist yet, sketches of Lan sleeping, poems written on the back of old newspapers. He has the eyes of a dreamer and the heart of a poet. He wants to be an architect. He wants to build something that will outlive him, but right now he can barely afford the rent. Lan is 21. She teaches at a small village school on the outskirts of the city. Every morning she wakes up at 4:30, takes 2 buses, and walks 2 kilometers just to reach her classroom. She doesn't complain. She doesn't have to. Min sees the exhaustion in her eyes, but he also sees the fire. She wants to change the world, one child at a time. She wants to build futures, not buildings. Their love is simple. It is made of shared bowls of pho, of stolen kisses behind the market stalls, of holding hands under the rain because they can't afford an umbrella. Ming writes poems for Lan, and she keeps every single one folded inside her old math textbook. On weekends, they walk to the lotus pond near the outskirts of the city. It is their sacred place. One evening, they sit by the pond. The lotus flowers are in full bloom, pink and white against the murky green water. Lan leans her head on Ming's shoulder. Lan, do you think we'll always be this poor? Ming Mun La, probably, but we'll always be happy. That's what matters. Is it enough? Lan, look at this lotus. It grows in dirt, in mud, in water that nobody wants to touch. And yet it rises, clean, pure, beautiful. We're like that. We rise together. Lan smiles. But something flickers in her eyes. Doubt. Fear. Min doesn't notice. He's too busy dreaming of the future. That night, Lan doesn't sleep. She lies beside Min, listening to his steady breathing, and stares at the ceiling. She has a secret. A terrible, heavy secret. The kind that crushes your lungs and steals your breath. She found out 3 weeks ago. She went to the doctor because she'd been coughing blood. The diagnosis was brutal, unforgiving, terminal, incurable. She has maybe 2 years, maybe less. She looks at Min, peaceful in his sleep, and her heart shatters into 1,000 pieces. She cannot tell him. She cannot watch him waste his youth caring for a dying woman. She cannot drag him down into her grave. He has dreams. He has talent. He has a future. And she will not be the anchor that drowns him. So she makes a plan. A cruel, beautiful, heartbreaking plan. A month later, a man appears in their lives. His name is Mr. Pham. He is 53, rich, powerful, and ruthless. He owns textile factories, real estate, and a villa by the beach. He is also a known womanizer. He spots Lan at a market one day and is instantly captivated, not by her beauty alone, though she is beautiful, but by her quiet dignity. She doesn't smile at him, she doesn't flirt. She just looks at him with sad, tired eyes, and he wants to possess her. He offers her gifts: silk, gold, money. She refuses everything, but then she goes to him, alone, at night. She makes him an offer he cannot refuse. Lan, I need money, a lot of it. In exchange, I will help your reputation. I will be seen with you. I will pretend to be your lover. People will talk. They will think you've settled down. Your business partners will trust you more. You need a respectable image. I can give you that. MRPHM, what do you need the money for? Lan, that's none of your business. Mr. PAM, everything you do is my business now, little lotus. But fine. I agree, on one condition. You leave the architect boy, completely, no contact, no explanation. You vanish from his life like you never existed. Can you do that? Yes, yes. She doesn't sleep that night either. She writes Min a letter, tears dripping onto the paper, but she doesn't leave it. She leaves a note instead, cold, brief, cruel. I'm sorry. I have to do this for my future. I'm leaving. Don't try to find me. She leaves a stack of cash on the table, everything Mr. Pham gave her. She knows Min will hate her. She knows he will call her a gold digger, a traitor, a coward. She knows he will never forgive her. That's the point. She needs him to hate her. Because hate is easier than grief. Anger is easier than sorrow. If he hates her, he will move on. He will survive. He will become the man he was always meant to be. She walks out at dawn, with nothing but a small bag and a broken heart. She stops at the lotus pond one last time. She picks a single flower and clutches it to her chest. Yes, I love you, Min. I will love you until my last breath. Forgive me. She doesn't look back. She can't. If she looks back, she will break. And she can't afford to break. Not yet. Not until he's safe. Min wakes up to an empty room. The note is on the table. The cash is on the table. His heart is on the floor. He reads the note 3 times, 20 times, 100 times. It doesn't change. The words are still cold, still final, still devastating. He screams. He throws the chair against the wall. He punches the door until his knuckles bleed. He cries. He howls like a wounded animal. He doesn't eat for 3 days. He doesn't sleep for a week. The neighbors talk. They say the architect boy has lost his mind. They say the woman left him for a rich man. They shake their heads and whisper, "Poor boy, so young, so foolish." Ming leaves Saigon. He packs his sketches and his poems and his broken heart, and he takes a bus to Dalat. The misty mountains, the cool air, the endless green hills of coffee plantations. He wants to disappear. He wants to bury himself in the soil and forget he ever existed. He finds a small plot of land. It's rocky, uneven, and far from everything. It's perfect. He builds a simple wooden house with his own hands. He plants coffee trees. He learns to live with the silence. He stops sketching. He stops writing poetry. He stops believing in love. His mother Hoa visits him sometimes. She is 70 years old now, with silver hair and kind eyes. She doesn't understand why her son has retreated from the world. She doesn't know the full story. Ming never told her. He just said, "She left, Mama, that's all." One. HOA. Son, you are still young. You can still find someone else. Give me grandchildren before I die. Ming Lo. When the lotus blooms in winter, Mama, that's when I'll marry again. Ho knows what that means. Never, because lotus doesn't bloom in winter. She sighs and says nothing. Part 3. The Return. 15 years pass. 15 years of silence. 15 years of growing coffee and growing old. Ming is 37 now. His hair is streaked with gray. His face is weathered and hard. He rarely smiles. He doesn't have friends, except Ba, his business partner, who handles the selling while Ming handles the planting. Ming's coffee farm is famous now. The Dalat Dream brand is sold in high-end cafes across Vietnam. Ming is wealthy, but he doesn't care. He lives simply. He eats simply. His heart is still that cold, empty room in Saigon. One evening, just as the sun is setting over the coffee fields, a woman walks up the dirt path. She wears a simple white áo. Her hair is pulled back. She looks tired, thin, fragile, but her eyes, those eyes, are unmistakable. It's Lan. Ming is sitting on his wooden porch, holding a cup of coffee. He sees her. His hand freezes. The cup almost falls. He can't breathe. He can't think. He can only stare. Boo. She stops a few feet away. Her lip trembles. Len. Hello, Ming. Ming. Yamian. You're not real. You can't be real. Len. I'm real. I'm here. I know I have no right to be here, but I had nowhere else to go. Ming stands up slowly. His legs feel like they belong to someone else. He looks at her, really looks at her. She's thinner, paler. There's a shadow under her eyes that wasn't there before. Ming, did you run out of money? Did Mr. Pham finally throw you out? Ming, yes, and no. He left me. He took everything. I have nothing. So you came back to me. The poor architect, the coffee farmer, the man you threw away for a villa by the beach. Is that it? No. That's not why. Then why, Len? Why are you here? Why now, after 15 years of silence? Because I'm dying, Ming. I don't have much time left, maybe a few months, and I couldn't die without seeing you one more time. The words hit him like a physical blow. He staggers. His anger, his beautiful, protective anger starts to crack. Dying? Man. I was sick when I left, Ming. I found out right before I met Mr. Pham. I was already dying. I didn't tell you because I couldn't bear to see you watch me fade. You had dreams. You had a future. I didn't want to be the weight that drowned you. You chose to be hated. You chose to make me suffer, just to spare me. I chose to let you live. Hate is easier than grief, Ming. You hated me, and you survived. You built this beautiful life. You grew your coffee. You became the man I always knew you could be, and I watched from afar. I read about you in magazines. I saw your brand in shops. I was so proud. So proud. Ming collapses onto the porch steps. He buries his face in his hands. The tears come. 15 years of tears, all at once. Ming, you fool. You stupid, beautiful fool. Do you think I care about any of this? Do you think the coffee or the money means anything without you? Lan, kneeling beside him. I know now, but I didn't know then. I was scared. I was so scared of watching you suffer. I suffered anyway, Lan, every single day. I died inside that room the moment I read your note. I never loved anyone else. I never even tried. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Ming, her hand. Don't apologize. Just don't leave me again. Not now, not ever. They sit there on the porch, wrapped in each other's arms, crying and laughing and holding on like they've been drowning for 15 years and finally found land. Lan moves into the small guest room. Ming takes care of her. He makes her lotus tea every morning, just like she used to love. He cooks her favorite dishes, ban sheo, fresh spring rolls, chow with chicken. He reads to her at night. He sings old Vietnamese love songs. He doesn't care if the neighbors talk. He doesn't care if Ba thinks he's lost his mind. For the first time in 15 years, Ming smiles. He laughs. He hums while he works. The coffee trees seem greener. The sun seems warmer. The sky seems bluer. Lan's health declines quickly. She can't walk far anymore. She sleeps more. She eats less. But she smiles more than ever. She writes in a small journal every night. Ming doesn't ask what she writes. He doesn't need to. He knows it's for him. One afternoon, they sit by the small lotus pond Ming built behind the house. He planted it years ago, long before she came back. Maybe he knew, somehow. Maybe the heart always knows. Lan, resting her head on his shoulder. Do you remember our lotus pond in Saigon? Min. Oh, always were dramatic. You always loved me for it. Every detail, every moment. I burned it all into my memory so I could never forget. Min, you always were dramatic. You always loved me for it. Min. You always loved me for it. I did. I still do. Don't leave me again, Lan. Please. I won't. Not really. I'll be with you. In the lotus flowers. In the coffee. In the wind. I'll be everywhere. I don't want wind and flowers. I want you. I know. But this is the way it has to be. Promise me something, Min. Anything. When I'm gone, don't bury me here. Take me to our lotus pond in Saigon. Let me rest where the flowers bloom, where we first fell in love. I promise. I love you, Min. I loved you from the moment I saw you, and I will love you until the stars burn out. I love you too, Lan. Forever. Always. She doesn't answer. Her eyes close. Her breathing slows. Her hand goes limp in his. Min is gone. Min doesn't scream. He doesn't cry. He just holds her. He holds her all night, as the moon rises and falls, as the stars fade into dawn. Part 5. The Lotus Pond. Min takes her to Saigon. He follows her last wish. He carries her body to the lotus pond on the outskirts of the city, the same pond where they sat as teenagers, dreaming of impossible futures. The pond is smaller now, dirtier, surrounded by construction sites. But the lotus flowers are still there, blooming, unbroken. He lays her to rest under the shade of the old banyan tree. He places a single lotus on her grave. He sits there for hours, days. He doesn't eat. He doesn't drink. He just sits. On the third day, an old woman approaches him. She is small and wrinkled, with a kind face. She touches his shoulder. Old woman, you must be Min. How do you know my name? Old woman. Lan came to see me before she went to Dalat. She told me everything. She asked me to give you this if anything happened to her. She hands him a yellowed envelope. Min opens it with trembling hands. Inside is a letter, the one Lan wrote 15 years ago, before she left. The one she never gave him. My dearest Min, if you're reading this, I'm gone. But I need you to know the truth. I never left you for money. I left you because I was sick. The same sickness that took me now. I didn't want you to watch me die slowly. I didn't want you to waste your youth caring for a dying woman. I loved you too much to let you drown with me. I made a deal with Mr. Pham. He pretended to love me. He gave me money for my treatment. In return, I helped his reputation. I was never his wife. I was his pawn. But it was worth it. Because you lived, Min. You survived. You built your beautiful life, and I got to see you one last time. That was my only wish. Forgive me. Not for leaving, but for not telling you the truth. I was a coward. I loved you more than you'll ever know. Forever yours, Lan. Min reads the letter 3 times, 6 times, 10 times. He reads it until the words blur and the paper is soaked with his tears. He laughs, he cries, he screams at the sky, he falls to his knees beside her grave. Min, you, Kleinzang, you fool. You beautiful selfish fool, why didn't you trust me? I would have held you. I would have stayed. I would have built you a palace of love. I would have never let go. The old woman puts a hand on his shoulder. Old woman. She loved you more than herself. That is the greatest love there is. Min Hai. I know, and I hate her for it. And I love her for it. And I will never stop loving her. He stays in Saigon for a week. He sleeps beside her grave every night. He talks to her. He tells her about his coffee farm. About Ba, about his mother, about all the things he never got to say. On the last day, he goes to the market. He buys lotus seeds, hundreds of them. He takes them back to Dalat. Back in Dalat, Min expands the lotus pond behind his house. He plants the seeds. He nurtures them with the same devotion he once gave his coffee. He waters them. He talks to them. He sings to them. And every morning, he sits by the pond and watches them grow. Ho, his mother, visits more often now. She doesn't ask about grandchildren anymore. She knows the love her son had was rare, once in a lifetime. B.A. Sitting beside Min one morning. You're obsessed with these flowers, brother. Min, they remind me of her. She was like a lotus, grew in mud, rose above it, bloomed clean and pure. B.A. She was lucky to have you. Min, no. I was lucky to have her. Years pass. The lotus pond becomes famous in the village. People come from far away just to see it. They say the flowers are the most beautiful in all of Vietnam. They say the man who tends them is the saddest man they've ever met. But he's also the most peaceful. One day, a little girl comes with her grandmother. The girl is 8 years old, bright-eyed and curious. She points at the lotus flowers. Girl, ba-oh, why are the flowers so beautiful? Grandmother, because they're grown with love, child. The man who planted them loved someone very much, and when she died, he poured all his love into the water. That's why they bloom so perfectly. Girl, looking at Min. Are you the lotus man? Min, kneeling down to her level. Yes, little one, I am. Why do you look so sad? I'm not sad. I'm just missing someone. But she's here, in the flowers, in the water, in the wind. She's everywhere. Do you think she's happy? Min, looking at the lotus pond, I think she's finally at peace, and that's all I ever wanted for her. The girl hugs him. It's unexpected. It's warm. It's the first time Min has been hugged by a child in 15 years. He cries. But it's a good cry. A healing cry. Min is old now. His hair is white. His hands are gnarled. He can barely walk. But he still sits by the lotus pond every morning. One morning, as the sun rises over the coffee fields, he closes his eyes. He sees Lan. She's young again. Beautiful. Healthy. Her eyes are bright. She's wearing a white eye, and in her hair is a single lotus flower. LNN. Come, Min. I've been waiting for you. Min LN. I've been waiting for you too, for 30 years. LNN. Let's go home. Home. Where is that? Lotus pond, silly. Where else would it be? He opens his eyes. The sun is bright. The flowers are blooming. His heart stops beating. The village finds him that evening, sitting by the pond, a peaceful smile on his face. In his hand is a dried lotus flower, the one he picked from the Saigon pond, years ago, when he buried her. Hoa holds his hand and cries, but she's not sad. She knows her son is finally where he belongs. With his Lan, under the lotus flowers, forever.